Welcome to Frank Faith. This is a forum where we get to discover God's truth together. I'm Carmelo. Today, I think we're going to have to hit on a topic that's been bugging me like crazy. Ignorance. Is ignorance contributing to the death of the world as we know? Here are some examples I'm going to give you, okay? By the way, shout out to my Jamaican friends. Love you guys, man. Just came back from Jamaica last week. And on the ride back to the airport, the conversation came up. I don't know how, but whatever it did, it is. The driver was insisting that Jesus was African. I'm sorry to disappoint everybody. Jesus was not African, nor was he a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy. Okay, the simple fact is Jesus was a Jew. Line of David, King David of Israel, 2,000 years prior, now 1,500 years, I'd say about whatever it is. From the tribe of Judah, Judah being the son of Jacob, who was renamed Israel by God, the son of the son of Isaac, the son of promise, Isaac, and the son of Abram, who was renamed Abraham by God. Okay, Jesus was a Jew. Was he white guy? Was he a dark guy? Couldn't tell you. My guess would be his coloring, if you will, very similar to all the people out in the Middle East right now. So that's that. The ignorance of this man to say that Jesus is African. I know a lot of people believe this. I don't understand why. I truly have no idea why the tone of a person's skin makes a difference. Because the bottom line is, there is no black, there is no white, there is no freaking red, purple, yellow, green, orange. All right? Every human being is basically one color. There's different shades, all the way from the extremely light tan to the extremely dark. All right? It's all one color. It all depends upon the amount of melanin in your skin. All right, that's it. So first of all, what the hell does it matter what color Jesus was, what shade he was? And second, why would you judge anybody according to their skin tone? That's just stupid. Jeremiah, apparently, according to this same gentleman, is black, and he's telling me that it's all over the Bible. I said, where did you get that? It's all over the Bible. I said, that's interesting, because I've been reading the Bible every day for about 30 years. I had never seen that. There's a problem with ignorance when people make bold statements when they have no idea what they're talking about. Okay? This perfect example, let's take Israel. Okay? A lot of people despise Israel. They think Israel shouldn't exist. Now, I know that that's a spiritual issue. It's a spiritual war going on. Many people believe that the church has replaced the Jews, replaced Israel. Couldn't be further from the truth, because God's promises to Israel have not all been fulfilled yet. They're going to be, but they have not been fulfilled completely yet. All right? So if God's going to break his word and break his promises to the Jews, then, my friend, if you're a Christian, you and I have absolutely no hope whatsoever. Because if God isn't going to keep his word to his people, his chosen ones, then he's under no obligation to keep his word to us. So there is no such thing. The replacement is ridiculous. And here's another one for you. You got these idiots, these morons on these college campuses and all over the freaking place, chanting, "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free." I am absolutely certain some of you, at least, if not all of you, have seen some man on the street interviews at these protests, at these so-called rallies, these pro-death rallies, these pro-genocide rallies. Well, what river? I don't know. What sea? I don't know. What are you chanting something you don't know about? The river they're referring to is the Jordan River, and the sea is the Mediterranean Sea. And the Palestine chant, if you will, is the desire to exterminate all Jews from the land of Israel. Now, Sorry to disappoint you people, but the fact is, and yes, it's fact because it's in right there, okay? In this holy book. The fact is, Israel is going to remain forever, okay? When Jesus comes back to start his millennial kingdom, Israel will still be there. So might as well get over it, get used to it, deal with it. It's not going anywhere, okay? We are not. There is no replacement to Israel, and the foolishness of people to spew these chants that they have no idea what they're saying is just, to me, mind-boggling. I mean, parents out there, you're paying tuition for this garbage. This is the crap your kids are being taught. They've got to wake up, man. They've got to wake up and realize you're wasting your money. Your kids are being brainwashed. And you kids that are out there listening to this garbage and participating in this garbage, you're fools. That's all there is to it. You're just fools. And if I'm offending some of you, too bad. Let's also go now to politics. Okay, let's switch over to politics for a moment. I have heard it said that Democrats and Republicans have flip sides, essentially. That the Democrats used to believe in this and now they believe in that, and Republicans used to believe in this and now they. Now, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I am a registered independent. Okay, I make up my own mind. That's basically what independence is, right? The fact of the matter is, in this case, let us take the race relations. And I don't like that word race because we're all one race, the human race, but whatever, this is what we're going to use. You all, I'm assuming, understand that Abraham Lincoln, the great emancipator, as he's been referred to, was the first Republican president of the United States. Okay? The Democrat Party, which is the same party that's continuing on today, all right, is the party of slavery. They were the ones that demanded slavery be kept legal. Okay? The Republican platform has generally been self-reliance, independence, leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. The government is necessary, I guess, but provide the military, fix my roads, do the things that government needs to do, just stay the hell out of my face, okay? Democrats, on the other hand, party of slavery, the party of the KKK, the party of Jim Crow, all right? The party that has kept the black people down and even to this day are keeping black folk in slavery with welfare. I'm not saying welfare is only taken by black folk. It's not. There's plenty of white folk and other people and whatever is going on. There's plenty of people. But excuse me, in general, the black population in the inner cities, for the most part, have been decimated by welfare. The lack of fathers in the households because, hey, no father there, you can't go out to work, so we're going to give you more money. Oh, you have 4 kids? We're going to give you this much. Oh, you have a 5th kid? I'm going to give you more money. Where's your incentive to go to work, be self-reliant, take care of your own family? There's none, all right? There are a plethora of examples of people who have gotten out of that. Ben Carson's mother, an illiterate woman who just did a tremendously amazing job training her son to succeed, and man, did he succeed. Okay, there's just plenty of Colin Powell, Tim Scott, I believe, is another one. There's plenty of examples of that. The Planned Parenthood, as you well know, is an organization that is very, 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 very pro-abortion. Started by a lady named Margaret Sanger. I believe that's her proper name. She was big on eugenics. Eugenics being the science, if you will, of, I guess, creating a proper race of humankind. Super race, whatever you want to call it. Hitler was a big fan of Margaret Sanger. Big fan. And that's why he was tried to kill killing all the Jews for Hitler was more of a spiritual, demonic thing. But the mentally and physically handicapped don't want you reproducing. The homosexuals and all these other different groups, he was putting them out like crazy. All right, it wasn't just 6 million Jews. It was 6 million Jews, but there were, I believe, another 8 million or 18 million, whatever it was, others that this guy destroyed. Big fan of Margaret Sanger. The reason Margaret Sanger pushed so much for the abortion situation was to specifically target the black community. Okay? That was her main reason for doing this. She felt that the black folk were too stupid and too slow, that they just could not succeed, and they needed to be removed from the gene pool. I know this is going to piss off anybody who watches this video. It's going to piss off a lot of folk. And I'm pretty confident that an algorithm is going to catch it and say, nah, it's all false information. Don't believe me. All right? Go research this stuff yourself. All right? Research it yourself and you'll find out. What I'm telling you is the truth. The abortion to this day way outnumberly affects, outnumberly, that's probably not correct, but whatever. Abortion today affects the black community far, far more than any other community, and I believe all other communities combined. The Hispanic, the white, the Asian, all of them combined, pale in comparison to the amount of abortions committed in the black community. So, you tell me. I mean, it seems to me like her plan is working these 100 years later. Okay? And again, welfare is nothing more than the Democrats' ability to keep the black community in slavery still to this day. Before the 1964 Civil Rights Act, I am not an expert on the Civil Rights Act. I've never read it. I do know it gives everybody supposedly equal rights, and that's a wonderful thing. But before that, before welfare and all that garbage started, you had good middle-class families that were far more productive, that once this other crap crept in, now all of a sudden, like I said, fathers don't need to be in the home, they don't need to be involved. Between abortion and welfare, go out and have fun, man. Enjoy yourself and, do your thing, okay? Now, if you think that's the way that this country should be run, then I'm guessing you're going to be a supporter of Kamala Harris and this tampon Tim guy, Tim Walz. They are flat-out communists, okay? Flat-out communists. Walz actually honeymooned in China. I believe it was '89 during the Tiananmen Square protests and I believe massacre, whatever it was. And look at 2020. This guy sat on his ass, and just watched Minneapolis burn. Burn. Plenty of videos you can see on this, plenty of news articles you can read on this. Go check them out. See if I'm lying to you, okay? The guy's just a freaking lunatic. The ignorance of what these people are doing and what Kamala Harris stands for, well, why isn't she giving interviews? Donald Trump, and listen, this is not any type of, go vote for Trump or go this ain't that. I'm just putting out the facts. Trump goes in front of a hostile crowd for 70 minutes of reporters. Let's be honest, all these freaking reporters are hostile. And he stood there and he answered questions for over an hour and answered every single one of them. Okay? J.D. Vance is going on interviews and whatever he's answering questions. Where's Kamala and where's this tampon Tim guy? To me, if you aren't looking to this and being like, well, something's not right here, you're ignorant as hell. And again, if I'm offending some of you, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Truth really doesn't care about how you feel about it. Facts are facts, man. Very stubborn things. And speaking of that, let's drop down to the ignorance of science for a minute. You got people saying, well, let's take this tampon Tim guy, okay? Putting tampons in the boys' room in schools and stuff. Really? You want me to? I can define a woman to you very easy right now. Very, very easy. If you are a woman, then you are an adult human with 2 X chromosomes. Done. Okay? That's it. That's a woman. If you're a man, you have XY chromosome. Pretty simple, I think. Straight and forward. Now, if you are going to deny this, like apparently the Olympic Committee did, by saying if you have scientific proof that there are men and there are women, I read that, I could not believe it. They said if you have scientific proof, we'll accept that. All right? Forget the XXXY thing. You got a man going into a boxing ring and pummeling a woman, and she has to drop out in 46 seconds saying that she has never been punched like that hard in her life. Of course not. She hasn't boxed any men. She shouldn't have been hit that hard. It's an absolute travesty what's going on in this world. And the ignorance of people, I mean, you got furries. What the hell are furries? If you got a furry in your house, I'll tell you what to do with it. You take that child and you make him eat out of a cat bowl, and you only allow him to use the cat pan. But since they have hands, make them clean the damn cat pan as well. All right? If you happen to live on a farm, make them live out in the barn. Chase the mice. Just handle your business. Don't even feed them. Let them go get their own food. All right? I'm telling you, man, this is insane. The ignorance. People say ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is suicide. And right now, America is committing suicide. We have millions upon millions upon millions of people that are in this country illegally. We don't know who they are. We don't know where they are. Except we do actually know who some of them are. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that a bunch of terrorists have gotten into this country. Okay? You could look at this and be like, oh no, that's not true. Go do your research, man. I'm telling you. They've had catch and release on terrorists. Terrorists. They've arrested and let them go. What do you think is going to happen? You think there's going to be an election in November? I don't think so. And the big problem here is now, what about people who think right, but are not going to get stuck in areas because they're not going to be able to get out? Because there's going to be, this is not going to continue. 4 more years of this insanity that we've been living through is not going to fly. Okay? You may think so, you may think you're safe, you may think you're okay. I'm telling you right now, if the election happens, we'll be okay, I believe. Because I just don't see them being able to steal it again. I just don't see that being possible. Hopefully there are too many people out there that are awake, not woke, awake. They understand the consequences of what's going on. You get out and you vote, okay? Do your job. Go vote. Bring 10 people with you. Email 10 people, remind them to vote. Post 10 postings reminding people to vote. Excuse me, whatever it takes. Get out there and vote. But just do all of us one favor. Don't go out and vote just because, oh, well, this guy looks good, or this guy looks, lady sounds, or whatever. Check the issues. Vote according to your conscience. Vote according to your conscience under God. Okay? Think about the things that these people are saying or not saying, because a lot of it that's not being said. We can't continue like this. America is not going to survive. You need to really be proactive here. I've never been a fan of early voting, but I think this time around we may have no choice. I don't know what's going to happen on election day. They're going to have a power outage. They're going to have a power outage 2 weeks before election day. Who knows? And maybe we're not going to get to vote at all. Are there going to be massive terrorist attacks where this, I don't even know what administration we got going now, let's just call it Obama 3. They're gonna declare martial law, and now, all voting, everything's shut down, done, finished, nope. They're gonna suspend habeas corpus. I don't see anything good coming down the pike. So I'm gonna just leave it off with this. I don't want you all to be ignorant. Don't listen to me. Don't believe what I told you. Go and check it for yourself. I didn't pull all this stuff out of my butt, okay? I researched it and I found it. And, one more thing I want to give you. I was told that this apparently, the original Statue of Liberty was shipped over here. You know, it was shipped in pieces and it was erected in New York Harbor. It was originally had a black face, okay? The features of an African. It's not true, man. Again, I was told this by my driver in Jamaica back to the airport. Loved the Jamaican people, loved the Ion, but this guy was ignorant. He doesn't, I researched it, and the fact is, I forget the sculptor's name, but he used his mother's face. He was a white guy, mother was a white woman. It's irrelevant, but the fact so when you're told, oh, it's this and this and this, but you don't go and investigate it for yourself, you really start to become stupid. Let's be honest, man. Ignorance leads to stupidity, and stupidity is no good for anybody. So again, let's please vote, but before you do, please study the issues. Make sure you vote intelligently. You know, listen, if you believe what Kamala and Tampon Tim are going for, then that's where you should vote. I'm not telling you which way to vote, but I'm just asking you to check both sides, look at the agendas, and see what people are really saying and what the truth is. All right? Don't listen to other people to tell it to you. You figure it out for yourself. And before I sign off, I want to say one more thing. Time is short, people. Jesus is coming back. Don't know when, but I can't imagine it's going to be much longer. Because, like I've heard said, if he waits much longer, it's not going to be a surprise. Anyway, be that as it may. Read your Bibles, people. Read your Bibles. Believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. Confess his name is risen from the dead, and you will be saved. Until next time, may God bless you all richly. Ciao.